Hello everyone and welcome back to Invincible Guarding the Globe, and today DA Sinclair's lab event is here. So in today's video I'll be covering the event, going over all of the information on the event, including the event itself, the missions and the deals, and explaining why this event is very good for free to play and new players. So if you do enjoy today's video, then feel free to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again for all your previous support on the previous videos, and welcome to all the new subscribers. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already, do please subscribe if you enjoy the content. And yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So this has been a long awaited event. It's definitely been a while since it's been in the game. Many players who have played for some time now will remember it used to be quite a regular event, but it did actually take a sort of break and is now back. So this event is very unique compared to the events we've had in the last few months because it revolves around the lab lab shop. So if we have a look here, DA Sinclair is requesting more specimens for his lab, and the GDA has just approved the program. So with this event, obviously like most events, there is a GDA op in which you'll be fighting up against Reanimen and basically all the common heroes. So you don't really need any like specific heroes for this, just heroes that clear waves as quickly as possible. So ideally Universa or Space Racer, something like this would be great. Maybe even an Anissa to decrease their defense, but it doesn't really matter too much because they're so weak and so low. It's mostly just trying to clear the waves as quickly as possible. So definitely Universa and Space Racer will be fantastic here. The missions, obviously there are missions here. You get lab coins by purchasing all items in the lab, recruiting common heroes, and you do actually get the common heroes from completing the GDA op. Obviously you can get some in regular recruitment, but most of the heroes you'll actually be getting from the GDA op to then give you the lab coins to use in the lab. Recruiting heroes in the lab, complete the mob business GDA op, which obviously is the one we just looked at there. Again, 5 minutes on that one there. Log in obviously on different days, gives you the tickets to then run the GDA op, or you can purchase it in the deals, which I'll look at in a second. Refreshing the lab and buying from the lab itself. So it's quite interesting because again, it's around the lab shop. It's not its own unique event shop. If we have a look, there are obviously paid bundle deals. There are some gem bundle deals as well. The thing with these is they are pretty good, and this event is alright, but to be honest, I probably wouldn't invest too many gems in it, simply because the event itself, because it's using the lab coins, most people should hopefully have a lot saved up because the event hasn't been around in a long time. If you don't, it might be worth it to use some gems, but this event isn't really about the quality of the items you get. I guess it's more about the quantity. So if we have a look here, my shops are just refreshing now actually. We can have a look in the lab shop here. We can see that a few things are different. So the refresh is 25 lab coins and it's capped at that. So if you do want to do some refreshes, it stays at 25 for the refreshes. Again, purchasing one random item is 250 as it normally is. However, there is now a discount on the purchase all items, which is 35% off, which brings it down from 1,500 to 999, which is actually a very good discount. And with this, I would probably recommend just purchasing all whenever there's an item you want, because you then clear the shop, refresh, the discount is great, and you also unlock the challenges a lot more. But you know, it's up to you. You can try and snipe items, but because there's 6 items in the shop and 250 to purchase one, unless you think you get it within 4, there's not really much point. So yeah, purchasing all items I think is the way to go. Now if we have a look at the actual items themselves, obviously there's the artifact XP for common, rare and special. Rare heroes are, I believe, just as normal. Elite heroes are the normal heroes. Unfortunately we don't get the the heroes that aren't usually in the shop. Unfortunately, it is the normal heroes here. However, they do have an increased rate. So at level 10, you can see it's a 10.199%, which is a lot higher than usual. So it's really nice to be able to get more elite heroes from the shop, which is nice. However, the main thing from this event is probably the artifact fragments. So you do obviously have your usual artifact fragments, as you can see here. However, you do get access with this event to artifact fragments that aren't usually in this shop, which is fantastic. The thing with this though is the amount of fragments you can get, as you see here, is capped at 5 per artifact. You can't get more than that. For example, in the multi-arena shop, you can get up to like 20 pieces of an artifact, which is great there. So a little bit disappointing then. I can't remember, it's been a while since this event has been out. I can't remember if you used to be able to get more pieces of an artifact than that. They may have nerfed it simply because the event hasn't been around for a long time, so a lot of players have the lab tokens saved up. I know I had about 20,000 myself, which was very nice. I have used them all already, unfortunately, but it did work out very nicely. So yeah, I think I can't remember if you used to get more pieces, but 5 is still alright, and especially if you have a decent amount of lab tokens available, you can actually do pretty well in this event. So if we have a look at the artifacts that aren't usually available, it should, I believe, start with the medical headband, which is pretty decent. The oxygen helmet, which is actually very, very good. I would definitely recommend having this either for your defender on your team, or if you have like a General Krieg. I recently discovered that if you put it on General Krieg and he summons a Viltrumite at the start of the battle, the Viltrumite obviously gets his stats at the start of the battle, and this increasing the defense of the wielder at the start of the battle means that the Viltrumite he summons has a huge amount of defense, which is very, very good. So I know in my team I have a General Krieg, and I have this artifact now on him, and it works very, very well. So oxygen helmet, if you're looking to sort of decide what to go for, oxygen helmet is fantastic. Medical headband is all right. To be honest, I'm not too big on it. I don't think it's that great. Flax and stun device, I also have this in my team. It's basically just whenever an enemy receives healing, it stuns them and applies some damage over time with a 12-second cooldown. It's pretty decent. I like the stun, which is why I have it in my team, so this is maybe a good one to get. Not like game changing really, but a nice addition to any team, I would say. The next one, Vitals Pad, increasing healing effects received by 20%. This can be quite good, maybe works well on, for example, like a Shapesmith, but otherwise I don't think it's that crazy. There's definitely better artifacts out there. Now these ones are quite interesting. The Thraxan armor is, I would say, a pretty good one. So if you do see this one pop up, then I would definitely say go for it, because giving the leader tag is great, because if you have a team that needs a leader but none of your heroes that you've built are a leader, then you can give them the tag. And also a shield every 30 seconds isn't so bad either. As well, GDA mines can be good. I haven't properly tested it out myself yet. I haven't managed to craft it yet. I haven't got all the pieces. This event has definitely helped with that though, but once I do, I'll be able to properly test it out. But looking at it, I would say that it does look pretty good for AoE wielders, obviously, so it's hard to tell. But if this one comes up, I would probably say it's worth it, because a lot of attackers especially use AoE now, so it boosts their damage by a decent amount, it looks like here. Thraxan's jetpack. This artifact's interesting. I haven't really built it up myself or properly tested it, but by the looks of it, it is actually pretty good, and obviously needs the enemies to have some grounded tags. But for example, if you do get this artifact and then you are doing some battles, etc., and there's a lot of grounded enemies on the enemy team, you could equip this, and I think it would do pretty well. The Mauler cells are interesting if you want to build a Mauler team, or a criminal team that you would like the Maulers to be a part of, then this can be good, and I can see it working out well for that and giving the Mauler sort of synergy a buff. However, I'm not too big on the Maulers. I don't think they're that great even with their buffs, so these ones aren't really for me. But if you are looking to build a criminal Mauler-esque team, then these two artifacts would be great for that. The main thing though that I went with and sort of focused on with this event was the Ragnar's Claw. This artifact is pretty good, and I think especially once it's leveled up will be even better. So basically what this artifact does is critical hits deal an additional damage equal to 5% of the wielder's current HP. This has a cooldown of 3 seconds. So basically every 3 seconds, if the wielder is doing a critical hit, it deals an extra 5% of the wielder's current HP. So pretty good, especially if you have some high level heroes. This will be especially good on heroes, for example, like Universa, who relies on critical hits, potentially even Omni-Man as well, or any attacker that usually stays at quite high health throughout the fight. Maybe not someone who goes down to low health throughout the fight or is constantly in the fray, but yeah, a very nice artifact, and I specifically focused on this event, on this artifact myself, and I managed to get it not only built from 0 parts but also up to level 4. So you can see that this event is very nice, and the reason why I'm saying at the start of the video why it's very free to play friendly is because that it uses lab tokens, which probably a lot of people have been saving, and B, it's not like too expensive to get into, etc. And C, obviously, is the fact that like the artifacts, a lot of them are very, very good, so it gives you a great chance to level them up. But also the elite hero rate, even if you don't have the shop level maximum, is really very, very good. So it's a great chance to get elite heroes and some artifacts you can't usually get. It is a little bit annoying because I think you used to be able to get the Canslock artifact, which is a fantastic artifact. However, it doesn't look like you can get it this time, but the Ragnar's Claw especially is very good. So yeah, that is the event there. My game just needs to restart, so I think I'll leave it there. But if you did enjoy today's video, then feel free to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below what you think of this event, if you've had any good luck with it. And yeah, cheers and see you in the next one.